like a fortnight worth of school.
Mm-hmm. You can't even say 2 weeks.
Hey? Anyway, let's do this. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Go clickety click and come and watch what's going on in the studio as we speak on this subject. Schools in South Africa will only see 12 official school days this month due to the many public holidays being observed in April. However, April 2025 is unique for schools as they will see an extra 3 special school holidays, giving teachers and pupils the entire week off. So, according to the official calendar published by the Department of Education, 2025 has 27 standard school holidays, up from 25 in 2024. Joining us this morning is Basic Education Department spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time. Tell us, let's start with the big news, right? So why did the Department of Basic Education decide to grant 3 special school holidays in April 2025?
No, it's simply because of the structure of April as a month. It's a tricky month every year, actually. It's not just this year. But this year it presents more challenges because the national calendar, the standard calendar that everybody uses, has so many holidays in it, where you have Freedom Day, you've got Easter, you've got Workers' Day as well as part of this whole period. So when we looked at our calendar, we realized that the best thing to do would be to grant special holidays. But the most important thing is that we have not lost the total number of school days in the year because they remain 200. So even with that juggling around, we're still not losing anything.
Mm-hmm. You were quoted stating that these decisions are made 3 years in advance. What factors are considered when looking so far ahead in planning the academic calendar?
The first thing that we do, we look at the national calendar, the calendar that everyone uses, and we say, so what does it look like? And then we work within that calendar. So the school calendar is not some isolated calendar somewhere which is created outside everything else that everyone is doing. No, we take that very calendar and we say, how many days, how many school days can we get from this calendar that is available to us? And then we do the calculations. But it's not just the department. We have stakeholders from the tourism industry. We've got the religious community as well. We've got the business community. We've got the Department of Transport. We've got traditional leadership as well. We have a whole range of stakeholders who make their input before we take it out to members of the public, who then also make their inputs through various ways. So that decision is an inclusive one. And we do it, yes, of course, at least 18 months in advance because we want people to have enough time to make their decisions. Like now, we've already published calendars for 2028, 2029. That's how far into the future we are looking. So we find that people always act surprised when they get to the point where a situation like this one is happening, when in fact we had been working with everyone during that time of the preparation.
So, with the school year starting early in 2025 to accommodate the 200 school days, were there any challenges or concerns that were raised by stakeholders, like you've mentioned, including teachers, parents, school governing bodies?
No. They didn't. There were no concerns because they understand that we work within the constraints of what is there in the national calendar. And everyone understands we are not in control of that. All that we need to work together to achieve is to secure a good number of school days such that we're able to teach, give breaks, come back, finish each term, give learners time to revise, prepare for exams, finish, close the year, and start another one. So all those logistics in terms of the academic program remain in place, and we've been able to juggle around and find a way to secure 200 days.
Now, while 2025 has 3 special school holidays in April, you've confirmed that a similar setup in 2026 will not include the same concessions. Can you explain why that decision was made?
it's not a decision that we make. It's dictated to by the calendar. Remember what I said, that we work around what the calendar has given us. So we make that decision, but we also say, if we were to give a special holiday, how can we recover from that loss of that one day? And then we make time. We then check whether we can find another day later in the year, another term, to try squeezing. That's why if you look, the first term had 54 days, and this term will also have the exact same number, even with all the holidays. Third term will be different, and the final term will also be different, but we are still able to get the number of days that we need for our program.
Indeed. I want to thank you for making time for the Breakfast Rush this morning and bringing valuable information to our listeners. We do appreciate your time on camera as well. Much appreciated. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
There you go. It's your Breakfast Rush Basic Education Department spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga, basically saying to you that no matter how many holidays we put onto the calendar for 2025, you're still going to get your 200 days of sitting down and learning. So that school fee that you're paying,
It's still being used in the same way.
if you're paying it, it's still being used in the same way.
So just to remind you, it's the 29th
Yeah.
and 30th of April.
Yeah.
And then it's the 1st and the 2nd of May. So you've got, 28, 29, 30. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in April,
Yeah.
and the 1st and the 2nd of May. But reminding you that 2 of those days are actually national public holidays.
Already, right?
Yes.
Already.
So technically 3 days.
Like can't, I think 1st of May is Workers' Day. And this is unofficial, right?
Yeah.
Unofficial. The 2nd of May is Unemployment Day. Sorry,
And then
Zach, you
that
wanted to say.
27th falls on a Sunday,
Yeah.
which is why the 28th becomes a public holiday.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, gee.
I just want to comment.
Oh, please do.
I wish I was still in school.
Me too.
I'm glad that I'm still in school.
There are certain people that go to work less than 12 days for the month of April, getting into May. They've got friends in HR places. Because if you try in advance, right, and you fill in those dates, like you be like, this
that
clever one,
smart person.
and you put it in there
Yes.
this week and that week, I want 1 day here, 2 days there, 3 days here, and what have you. And then by the time you end up looking at the whole thing, you've had the entire April and half of May off, and you got paid.
So for parents and guardians, I would advise that you try and use at least 40% of that 1 week to allow your child to just sit down and do some revision for May examinations.
That's coming from somebody who's trying to do the same thing in a classroom with 40 people every day.
I don't have 40 in the
Not 40?
classroom. No.
How many in your classroom?
Maximum is 23.
What?
Maximum.
The maximum number of kids that you teach in your classroom per day is 23.
Yes.
Now you know. It's not work in Department of Education.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willow Tin Group, at the forefront of innovation, and one of the leading